Welcome to It Was Never You, where we talk about narcissism, complex PTSD, and recovery. Please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. You need to understand your enemy in order for you to understand how to fight against it for yourself. So one of the biggest tools the enemy creates is for us to believe that he doesn't actually exist, right? So if you don't actually believe that he exists, then how can he harm you? I see a lot of people, well, that's, you shouldn't believe in that because there is no enemy and there is no enemy of man. He does exist. You acknowledge him, understand the tactics of warfare so that you can fight against them, because it's the same thing with a narcissist. A narcissist aims to make people believe that it does not exist. They aim to make you believe that that person, the toxicity, the manipulation, the projection, the gaslighting, the mental abuse, the physical abuse, the financial abuse, the spiritual abuse, they make it even just gaslighting itself. What are you talking about? That never happened. It's the same tactics of the enemy. They want you to believe that that side of them does not exist and you are just insane. So what you need to do is you need to understand the tactics of warfare. I've said this on one of my previous videos. I'll say it again. If you've got a sports team, football teams, basketball teams, baseball teams, they all study, they all watch their plays, and they also watch the team they're going to play against. In warfare, you study the terrain. You have to understand the terrain when you're going into ground combat, because how are you going to fight an enemy? That's why Vietnam was such an issue, is because they didn't know the terrain. They couldn't see the enemy. You understand? You need to know the tactics of narcissism. You need to know the tactics that these people employ so that you can fight against it. Because how can we fight an enemy we cannot even see? You need to understand your childhood. If you grew up in dysfunction, you need to understand boundaries, your boundary issues, where you were lacking, what your strengths are. Can you say no to people? Do you do things out of guilt? Do you do things out of shame? Or are you actually doing things that you want to do? Who are you? What is your identity? See, all these things we have to study, and you have to understand, and you have to learn about yourself and learn about where you came from and learn about the tactics of the enemy. Because without understanding what exactly these people do, you can't, your weapons of warfare are null. You're not going to understand. You're not going to know that if you have a dysfunctional family, if you go to Thanksgiving dinner and then they start picking at you, you're not going to know that they actually just want an argument, and that just let it go. They will jab at your emotions, because everything, they play on your emotions to get you to lash out. And then once you've lashed out, they will say, oh, see, look, he or she is crazy. See, this is what they always do. I don't know why. I don't know what I've ever done. I don't know what I do. I can't figure it out. I try to do everything. And this is just how he or she responds to me. And they play the victim. You understand? There are millions and millions of people that have gone through the same thing, but you must educate yourself. But I also would say, be careful after you've gotten a little bit of information, because the thing is, you want to go out there and you want to tell everybody about it. This takes a long time to figure out, and it's layered, and then you're going to think one parent is this and the other parent is that, and you may very well in the long run have misplaced the labels. So take it easy, take it slow, study, research, know who your enemy is, know the tactics of the enemy so that you can combat it.